Hey, good Wednesday morning to you. John Bergsman here, live again from the bait shop in Waterford. Another day, another two great reports. These are two you guys are going to want to sit back, sip your coffee, and listen to. We've got an awesome guest report from Houghton Lake. Jason Weiser sent in an awesome report, and he was whacking crappies, pike, you name it. He had a whole bunch of great stuff going on. Then we got an awesome another guest report from over in Oscoda County, right on the Oscoda Tawas County lines. Really, really good. Hunter and Bryce were kicking the living daylights out of monster crappies. They just grabbed a couple hours in the morning on their way to work. Awesome, great report. They gave the details. Also, we chatted with Gene Curvin up there on the Oscoda River. He's been really catching consistent limits of steelhead. Two great reports here on Wednesday morning at the Fisherman's Digest at the bait shop in Waterford. So, hey, first off, thanks to Jason Weiser for sending us an awesome fishing report. As you can see, we only got one picture because he didn't know he was going to be the guest reporter. But you can see by the looks of it, this was an awesome day. Look at the size of the pike and the mixed bag pan fishing. Jason was into them, and he's got a real unique observation from his day there on Houghton Lake, and that's this. So first of all, what was working? He was set up when he had his best bite in 11 to 13 feet of water, and he was jigging, you name it, lots of different stuff, from dinner bells to jigging wraps to jigging chain spoons, things like that. All of it seemed to be working to get fish to come in, but the ticket to getting the fish to bite was to have goldies on and to have snipped their tails down a little bit so they couldn't race away so much. He had to really call them in aggressively, but once they came into the hole and he noticed on the graph, or he could see down through the hole that they were there below him, then he had to slow the whole mess down to get him to go ahead and take. Once he slowed the presentation down, started clipping the tails just a little bit, the fish were just inhaling his goldie. So that's a cool little observation from an experienced fisherman on how to actually catch fish that come into your hole when they might not necessarily bite right away. You know, there are some tricks you can do. Now, if you're looking to catch the panfish, he said the perch was on the steeper drops right as the break line went away. He was catching the pike out in the deeper water and the perch right on the steeper drops where it was close to weeds. So that was going to be on tungstens and waxies or a single dead rod, light line with, again, a nice lively minnow, but a little bit clipped tail to get them to be able to chase it down. It seemed like the fish were a little lethargic. So that's a really cool tip for anybody to understand that. Don't just chuck stuff down there and think it's necessarily going to work. That's not always the case. It might call the fish in, but it might not get the fish up on top of the ice where you are. So thanks, Jason, for a great report. Houghton Lake is going, and by the way, a heads up to everybody, tip-up time is coming. Get on the Houghton Lake Area Tourism's website, find out the dates for this year's tip-up town, and make your plans to be up there in Houghton Lake. It's always a great time. We have zero ice issues this year, guys. We got good, solid, safe ice. It's good, thick, clear black ice. We don't have any problems at all. So make your reservations. Plenty of hotels and resorts there in Houghton Lake for sure. But as is the case when you get these great years with lots of safe ice, you're going to have a lot of people up there. So if you're looking to come up and get a room and stay, make that reservation right now.
Hey, we're introducing for 2020 here. This is our low profile electronics mount. So as we showed, a lot of our other adjustable electronics mounts that are single pivots and double pivots go on the dash, can go up in the nose of the boat. But I've got a lot of bigger boats or guys that are looking to put units back here in the track that don't really need the height or the adjustability of a pivoting mount up and down. So we just did our plate that pretty much has drilled and tapped holes to accept all most popular brand electronics units out there nowadays. And then our base plate slides right into the track, or it could be hard mounted as we've explained before, or it could be used with our subplate on there. But just our simple little low profile electronics mount your electronics unit on there, and you can just lift and turn it and pivot it in any direction you want to go. Should help you with your electronics mounting applications.
So, hey guys, another guest report. This is the week of guest reports. Bryce and Hunter, a couple of cousins from up there in the Oscoda County area, sent us some awesome pictures of some downright legit crappies. Some 13s, 14s, and one even almost 15 inches long. They were catching these jumbos on an small inland lake there in southern Oscoda County. And that's one of the cool things. We're not going to concentrate on what lake necessarily they were doing. We're going to try to tell you what they were doing to put everybody on the bite. You've heard the old adage, give a guy a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Guess what? That's what we're hoping this year you guys learn from these reports, is what has been the trend. And the trend this year with crappies, as you're about to hear, is they're about halfway down and they're biting really, really good this year's first ice. It seems like almost every report I get is about how great the crappie fish is here this first month of the season. So Bryce and Hunter setting rattle reels inside their shanty, which is normally a pike bass presentation or a pike walleye presentation. They were catching slab crappies on it. They were in 16 feet of overall depth of water, fishing those baits exactly 8 feet down. So again, halfway down. They were drawing them in with live shiners on their chain jigging spoons, and those crappies, they said, were inhaling those shiners. So again, it's not necessarily about, oh, this lake or that lake. It seems like every guy who's been reporting to me, you're going to hear it on tomorrow's report too, has been telling me halfway down, aggressive crappie bites, either suspended just outside of weeds or right on the edge of weeds. So on the outside, I mean, you know, there's lots of open water around weed patches. Sometimes those crappie will venture a ways away from them. Sometimes they'll be real tight. That's where great electronics will help you. But thanks to Bryce and Hunter for some great pictures. Thanks for an awesome report. Get out there and try crappie fishing mid-depth here on your next adventure. And let's slide just a little up north. Right there in Oscoda is the Osable River. Captain Gene Curvin, as usual, is whacking nice, consistent batches of steelhead. He's been catching them right along. And if you're looking for a great, you know, really, really unique experience, give Gene Curvin from Calypso Sport Fishing a call. He can get you out on the Osable. During the summertime, he's a lake guide there on Lake Huron, and he'll also venture into the river early season for walleye. But right now, it's pure steelhead there on the Osable River.
Freeway Sports Center is Southeast Michigan's fishing boat headquarters. Freeway carries the full line of Angler Quest fishing pontoons and Polar craft boats, powered by Honda outboard engines. Stop by our showroom today at US 23 and Thompson Road in Fenton, or visit us online at freewaysports.com. Spring, summer, fall, or winter, get to Freeway Sports Center.
So, hey, like I said, we're here in Waterford at the bait shop, and Mark and the guys have got this stocked. But one of the things he's told me is these lakes all around the shop are absolutely firing big time with an early season bite. Ice is safe for foot traffic for sure, and got 4, 5, 6 inches of ice depending on what lake you go to. Just keep your eye open. Always spud a ways out, you know, to make sure what you're dealing with. But basically, we've got good, safe fishing. We've also got super cold temperatures coming all week long and for the foreseeable future. This bite is going to stay hot. This Oakland County region of Michigan has got a ton of lakes, 55 lakes within 8 to 10 miles of the bait shop. So you got lots of great access. It's these small lakes right now that are kicking out the great panfish and crappie reports that we're getting from all over the state. So just be adventuresome, have a good piece of electronics, move around, find some weeds, find some marks, catch some fish. Start your day here with the best bait here in the bait shop in Waterford.